that surprises me, and that also goes to show you that rankings don't mean anything. I mean, while you pull that up, I was at 2A Region 4 this weekend, and I saw, sadly, a lot of top ranked kids and close friends not make the state tournament just off of anything, getting caught, wrestling some tough guys and not coming out on top. You know, it's a tough sport.
Run it, baby. Ricky Cheese, baby. Hey guys, this is your boy Ricky Cheese with the FloridaWrestling.com. I am here as usual with my boy Alex Wisdom from FL_Wrestling Insight on Instagram. Give him a follow if you haven't already. You probably have because he's getting all kinds of followers now. What are you, over 2,000 now?
Yeah, 2,100.
Woo! Keep doing it, guys. Word of mouth, man. You know what's up. His stuff is the best. Anyways, we are going to do the 1A state preview. We've already done 3A and 2A. We're going to do 1A. And man, oh man, Alex, crazy shit happened this weekend, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And it always does. We always say you never know what's going to happen. Listen, there are so many kids that didn't make weight. There are so many kids that intentionally medically forfeited to not wrestle and then wrestled back for whatever reason. I think we all know. But yeah, man, let's just dive right into it and chop it up. 106 and 1A. What is going on here, man?
So 106 and 1A, we talked about this off camera, but our top four basically rounded out to what we expected it to be.
Yes.
Besides the number 4 and number 3 matchup,
Right.
which was Cale Wimberly versus Jet Johnson.
And it was a close match too, actually.
And both super young kids, both in middle school. So they're definitely going to, I mean, this whole 106 class, a lot of kids are in middle school. So it's going to shape up to be an interesting matchup. But I think we both still have our favorite Eli Jollisour
Yes.
from Sewanee.
Yes.
He's been dominant this whole season, and he just looks like the favorite to win a state title this year.
And what region is he out of?
Eli's in Region 1.
Region 1. So he beat, shame on us, Tiago Phaneuf of Liberty County, made the finals. Eli beat him. Yeah, Eli pinned him in 1:54. Tiago, I don't think we have him in our top 10.
I don't think we do.
No, shame on us because we have the top 10 and then we have 2 honorable mentions. So we have the top 12 and we slept on that kid. So, hey, Tiago, great job, man. We'll see you at the state tournament.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But yeah, Jet Johnson, 7th grader from Cocoa Beach. He's going to be at the state tournament. He lost to Wimberly from Zephyr Hills Christian. I think it was 3-1, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. So good job, Wimberly. Good job, Jet, man. We'll see you guys at state. So out of that region, out of Region 1, 1A Region 1, it was Eli Jollisour from Sewanee, Tiago Phaneuf from Liberty County. Third place was Andrew McKeeve of the Bowl School, another kid we slept on, and Soren Bakar of Bishop Kenny. That was your 1st through 4th at 106 in that region. So let's go to Region 2 and see how we did there.
I think that's our Jet Johnson, Cale Wimberly, Bryce Stone region.
Region 2. Yeah. So 106, Cale Wimberly won it. Bryce Stone from Bell Creek took 2nd, and we have Bryce Stone at number 5.
We do.
That was close. Cale Wimberly over Bryce Stone from Bell Creek, 4-3. And by the way, Bryce Stone is also a 7th grader.
And he made states as a 6th grader too.
Wow, you know what I'm looking at right here? Check this out. Your first place guy, Cale Wimberly from Zephyr Christian, 7th grader. He beat Bryce Stone from Bell Creek, 7th grader.
7th grader.
In 3rd place was Jet Johnson from Cocoa Beach, 7th grader. And in 4th place was Zach Myers from Nature Coast. He's a junior. So he was the only upperclassman. Shoot, he was the only high schooler in that weight class. Everyone else on the podium was in 7th grade. That's craziness.
That is crazy. That just shows you the evolution of Florida wrestling and just the youth program and how middle schoolers are coming up.
It does, man. It really does. 1A Region 3 was at Lemon Bay High School, I think.
I think we had our boy Benito Barnhart. I think he won the region.
He did, over Hudson Schweitzer from Bishop Verot.
Mm-hmm.
Jamari Daniel of Robinson took 3rd, and Eduardo Ray of Aubrey Rogers took 4th. So Barnhart from St. John Newman, he took it to Schweitzer. 15-2 major.
Almost a tech.
Took it to him, yeah. And then in the third and the fourth place match, it was at Tech, 15-0. Daniel over Eduardo Rey from Aubrey Rogers. So those will be your 4 going to state at 106 in that out of that region. And then we've got our next region, our final region.
Region 4.
Region 4 was no surprise. We predicted it. Elijah Castanon, Miami Christian.
Another 7th grader.
Yep, exactly. Luke Piedrahita of True North. What's True North?
True North, I don't know much about him, but
I do not know much.
He definitely I think he showed us who you are. I've seen a couple of the Region 4 wrestlers from Gibbons and Matter Lakes wrestle, and I thought they were going to make it. I know Andres Garcia made it from Gibbons.
He made it, but guess who beat him? Costa Tuttle from Coral Shores. What? Let me tell you something, man. Zach Sherman, Dante Giovanetta, the 2 coaches over there, both former great wrestlers, D1 wrestlers from Florida. Man, they're bringing some kids to state. That's a big change from past years. I think one of the last guys to go to state for Coral Shores, other than Dante, was Biondelletti. But after that, I don't think they brought anyone last year. Good job to them. Costa Tuttle took 3rd, so he's going. So, yeah, Elijah Castanon, Luke Piedrahita of True North, Costa Tuttle of Coral Shores, and Andres Garcia of Gibbons. So, Costa Tuttle majored Andres Garcia. Do you know anything about that match or no? We don't know.
I don't know anything about that match. I just know that Andres Garcia did wrestle back, but a match he should have won. I don't know. Maybe he was off. I know a personal friend of mine said that some of the wrestlers for Cardinal Gibbons had a little bit of sickness. It could have passed on to, different wrestlers.
Yeah.
That could have been a possibility. But, he made it to the state tournament. Now what matters is finishing the last tournament of the season, which is the state tournament.
Yeah.
So things can change now.
For sure. I'm a little surprised that I did think David Serrano from Merritt Island would sneak in there somewhere, but I don't think he did. No, he didn't make it. Wow. Yeah, so that was Wimberly Stone, Jet Johnson, and Zach Myers. Okay.
Tough region.
Yeah. A lot of 7th graders, but they're hammers.
Of course, yeah.
All right, so those are your regional top 4 for 1A at 106. Now let's talk what we think is going to happen at the state tournament. Do we still think Eli is winning it?
I think Eli wins. I think Eli's going to dominate. I think his biggest challenge if the bracket comes out right is going to be Elijah Castanon from Miami Christian.
Well,
I know Miami Christian had a state champ last year in Giovanni Tovar.
Yep.
Ended up transferring to Miami Southridge.
Yep.
If Elijah had any sorts of training with Giovanni Tovar, there's a possibility that things can happen, things can change.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I still have Eli from Sewanee coming out on top.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to go with Castanon to win it.
All right.
If they're on opposite sides of they are. They have to be.
Yeah, 1-4, region 1-4.
Yeah, so they'll be on opposite sides. I think Castanon is going to surprise people. I think it's going to be I would say it's going to be a 1 or 2 point match, but I think Castanon's going to pull it off. And that's no disrespect to Eli. I've been talking real high on him the entire year. He's been my number 1 ranked guy all year. I don't know, man. I feel it. I feel something that Castanon is gonna pull it off, but we'll see.
We'll see.
I think that'll be your finals.
I agree, 100%.
And I do think Jet Johnson is going to be in the top 8. I think Jet is going to be on the podium.
I think Jet will be in the top 4.
Top 4?
Yeah, okay. I think top 4, top 5.
I would go with that.
He's a great wrestler.
Yep.
I think someone that can surprise a lot of people in this weight class is Bryce Stone, though, coming off a state performance.
Bell Creek, he's a tough kid.
Yeah, coming off a state performance in 6th grade. Sorry, he's already been there. Unlike these other kids, it won't be his first time.
Right.
So he knows what to expect. He's a little bigger now, so I think he can definitely surprise some people.
So I think, in no particular order, I think the top 8 for 106 in 1A at state's going to be Eli Jalasher from Sewanee, Castanon from Miami Christian, Jet Johnson, Cocoa Beach, Wimberly, Zephyr Christian, Bryce Stone, Bell Creek, Benito Barnhart, St. John Newman, and Hudson Schweitzer, Bishop Verot, and I want to say Andres Garcia, but maybe Jamari Daniel. I'll go Andres Garcia.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with most of that. I think
those are my top 8 ranked, so I just went with them.
Yeah, no, qualify. I agree. I think if Andres shows up, he can definitely place top 8. Maybe he can catch an upset or 2.
That's pretty good, though. The top 8, they all qualified. So pretty good rankings there, I think.
Yeah, and I believe the top 8, I think half of those are middle schoolers.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
yeah, it is. We'll see.
All right, let's go to 113. All right, so we've got our top guys that were ranked: Everett Stevens, First Baptist; Nicholas Guy, Wikiwachi; Tyler Johnson, Weewa Hitchka; and at number 10, Nadir Shalaby, Zephyr Christian. But then we have our honorable mentions: Jordan Da Silva from Seminole and Dominic Carpio from Hudson.
Hmm.
Let's jump into it, man. So in Region 2 at 113, Anthony Aquafreida, he won it from
That's what I
Cocoa Beach.
expected.
Not only did he win it, in the finals, he pinned his kid in 29 seconds. Scott
Yeah,
Knight from Crystal River.
yeah. Anthony, he's next level. But if you were talking about Region 2, where did Nicholas Guy place, and how did that
Third.
end up? Third. So who beat Nicholas?
A guy beat Townsend in his first match.
Hmm.
Then he had Jamichael Jackson from Citrus in his second match. He won. Then in the semis, it was him and Aquafreida stuck Nicholas Guy in 1 minute and 2 seconds of the first period.
Crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And then Guy went to the wrestlebacks. He beat Contis. And then for third and fourth, he pinned Nahara from Bell Creek.
Okay.
So Bell Creek has another kid in there.
Yeah, that's good for them too. I mean, if their 113 is training with Bryce Stone, who's at 106, there's no reason that, he shouldn't have made it. Maybe being an underdog was a possibility, but we've talked about Bell Creek a lot on these podcasts and how they've just been improving and getting better and better.
Yep.
So I think that they can definitely show up and upset some people. But a match I do want to talk about is from Region 4. Kellen Messina and I believe Jason Ramirez from Slam Academy were in the finals, and Kellen Messina won 1-0. So it was a 1 point match. And, we've been talking highly about Kellen
Yep.
and what he's been doing. But even though he won, I believe this can show that Jason Ramirez can go with the number one guy in the state that we have.
113. Finals was Jason Ramirez from Slam, Kellen Messina. It was 1-0, like you said. Third place match was Logan Bajor from Cardinal Gibbons over Christian Escalante from Jupiter Christian. It was a pin in 1 minute 56 seconds.
Okay, yeah. So, like I said, that 1-0 match with Kellen from Jason Ramirez, he could upset a lot of people at the state tournament. That's the top guy in their state.
Yeah,
I think that's the unanimous top guy. But that's a close match to have with someone like that.
for sure.
So he could definitely do some things at the state tournament.
Listen, Ramirez has been around a while. I've been watching him. A couple of years ago, he beat Gian Ortiz, who was a state finalist last year, but
Yep.
it was an injury. I mean, Gian had to stop the match, but he was losing when the match was stopped. He had a really bad knee, a couple surgeries. But anyway, Ramirez beat him, and Ramirez has been around, so he's no slacker, man. He's 30-4 for a reason.
Mhm.
And he only lost 1-0 to Messina, so that's very easily turned around.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we'll see.
we'll see what happens.
All right,
Mhm.
so Region 3, Luca Zerka, he won it over Everett Stevens. So those were two of our highly ranked guys. So they're going.
And where did Eric Perez end up?
Third. Yeah, he beat Logan Dean from Lemon Bay. Tacked
Who
him
did he
16-0.
lose? Who did he lose to in the winners bracket?
He lost to Everett Stevens. Wow, 14-3 in the semis.
So
Stevens
we might
put
need
it
to
on
move
him.
Everett Stevens up.
Yeah. Wow. And then Stevens wrestled Zerka, of course. Wow, 4-0. Zerka beat Stevens 4-0 in the finals.
We might need to put more eyes on Everett Stevens
For
now.
sure. Absolutely.
I mean, First Baptist always has great talent. They have some of the best guys in the state, top front runners for a state title.
Yep.
We know what our top eight looks like, and our top eight is tough. So for him to major one of those guys in the top six,
Right.
top five, and then have a 4-0 match with one of the top guys for a state title, he can definitely be up there now, and he can possibly finish even higher than what we could have expected before.
What was the other 1A region we didn't talk about yet for 113?
I believe Region 1.
Region 1. There. Koa Deloach over Tyler Johnson of Weewa Hitchka, 19-3. He majored, he teched him. And then John Cheney from Florida High, an 8th grader, over Patrick Cooksey for Wakulla, a freshman. He pinned him in 1 minute and 48. So the 4 out of Region 1 for 1A is Koa Deloach of North Bay Haven, Tyler Johnson, Weewa Hitchka, John Cheney, Florida High, Patrick Cooksey, Wakulla. So Cheney and Cooksey, a couple of names that we haven't really been talking about a lot, but they're going. So good for them.
See, I think Deluge, not really an upset, because I believe he was I believe he's one of the top guys in the state for sure. Not just I believe he is. He's on our list for a reason.
Yeah.
I think if anyone can pull off an upset and even make the state finals, I believe it could be Koa Deluge. And the reason I believe that is because we talked about this before. He's a Guam transfer. He's from a
Right.
completely different place, and he has the freestyle Greco hips in training.
Yeah.
And we all know that folk style, freestyle, and Greco are completely different in their own realms, involving everything.
Yeah.
And I believe if anyone can do it, it's him. I mean, he has 60 plus matches under his belt. And you've talked about how matches like that can be good or bad.
Yep.
So right now it looks like it's going for the better for him. So I think he can definitely turn some heads at the state tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got his 55 wins. Well, now 59-5.
Hmm.
Kid ain't no joke. So at 113 in 1A, we still think Messina's going to win it.
Hmm. Correct.
Okay, Zerka in the finals with him
That's
or
that's
Aquafreda.
that's where thoughts could change.
Yeah,
You know, Aquafreda dominated his region. It could be him. Just depends how the bracket shows up, like we talked about.
right.
You know, those guys are 4-3-2 in their region. So Messina's going to catch one of them in the semis. He could even catch maybe Koa in the semis too, which is a match I would be excited for. But, you know, I think Messina being in the finals is something that I want to see. Who he face is something I don't know. If I had to take a bullet to the head, I'm going to say Anthony Aquafreda.
Okay. So I'm going to say I think the 8 kids in 1A that will be on the podium at 113 in no order, but we'll go Messina. He'll be on the podium. Luca Zerka from Aubrey Rogers. Anthony Aquafreda from Cocoa Beach. Jason Ramirez from Slam. Perez from St. John Newman will be there. Of course, Koa Deloach and Everett Stevens. But the 8th guy, is it going to be Nicholas Guy? Is it going to be Tyler Johnson from Weewa Hitchka? I say Guy.
I say Guy too.
So I think those will be your top 8, and they are our top 8 state ranked.
But someone could lose in the first round and catch another tough kid who may have gotten upset,
Yes.
or even had a tough kid in the first round as well and lose. We all talk about the luck of the draw. So, you know, some of these top 8 guys might not even place.
Right. Absolutely. Happens every year.
It does. So anything can happen.
So now in Region 1 for 1A at 120, another North Bay Haven guy won it, Preston Neufeld.
Yep, 4-time region champ.
He beat Matt Thaxton, a tough kid out of Wakulla, and he beat him 18 handily.
Yeah, Preston, I believe he's a state champ in another state. So he
Yes,
came down.
Washington, the state of Washington.
Yeah, so, you know, he has a state champ experience. He's coming here. I think he's going to be in the finals. I really do.
Okay.
Who he'll be in the finals with, I think it's going to be Keegan Messina. And that's a match I'm really excited for. I don't know if they've wrestled this year or not. I don't believe they have. Both super tough kids. Keegan Messina's only a freshman too, but he has All-American national status under his belt. I really do think Keegan Messina can win this, but I think it'll be a very close match.
Yeah. No, that definitely could be for sure. And then, so Neufeld won it over Thaxton. And then in third place, no surprise, Justin Contreras from Swanee. And he beat another guy we have ranked, Jacob Justice from Freeport. So those are your top 4 out of Region 1. Let's go Region 2 now. Region 2. Okay, here we go. 120, Region 2. Isaac Rodriguez, Zephyr Hills Christian, took out Caden Barriel of Merritt Island. He pinned him in 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Third place was Loudon Grooms of Lake Weir over Ashton Swanson of Space Coast. He majored him 10-2. So your top guys out of Region 2 at 120 in 1A are those 4. Isaac Rodriguez, Zephyr, Caden Barriel, Merritt, Loudon Grooms, Lake Weir, Ashton Swanson, Space Coast. So out of those guys, the only one I'm really sure will be in the top 8 would be Isaac Rodriguez of Zephyr Hills.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know if the others will be on the podium, but
And it's like we said, Zephyr Hills, tough room, tough program.
Yeah.
I always talk about them having some of the best production in the state. And Isaac Rodriguez is only a sophomore. So
Region 3 at 120, the other Zerka, Beckham Zerka, Aubrey Rogers, he won it. He beat William McGowan of St. John Newman 4-2. Very close match.
Okay, close match.
Very close match. Third place, Leland Flaherty, Evangelical Christian. He beat Michael Rodriguez of Dunedin, majored him 8-0. So those are your 4 120-pounders for 1A Region 3. I would say McGowan and Zerka will be on the podium. Maybe Leland Flaherty. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty confident McGowan and Zerka have a really good shot at being in the top 8 on that podium.
Correct.
All right, Region 4 and 1A.
I believe Keegan Messina won. Actually, I don't believe. I know Keegan Messina won.
But Keegan Messina, you are correct. And he beat another Coral Shores kid going to state, Sebastian McCoy. He stunk him in 1:22. But hey, man, McCoy made the finals. He's going to the state tournament.
Exactly.
So Keegan Messina, champ. Sebastian McCoy, Coral Shores runner-up. Third place was Dylan Munns of Westminster Christian. Don't know much about him, but he beat Jacob Ferguson out of Key West, 7-0. So top 4 at 120 in Region 4, 1A. Keegan Messina, Matter Lakes. Sebastian McCoy, Coral Shores. Dylan Munns, Westminster. And Jacob Ferguson of Key West. I'm going to say Keegan Messina definitely will be on the podium. The other 3, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not feeling real confident about it, but if I had to pick one more to be in the top 8 out of those, Sebastian McCoy from Coral Shores.
Yeah, I mean, with the move of Somerset to Jensen Beach going to the 2A, the region has definitely opened up to a lot of more kids. And I'm not knocking the region at all, but it's just a fact. We look at teams like Matter Lakes, Cardinal Gibbons in that region who are the top contenders.
Yep.
And then now it's opportunities for other schools like Slam, Key West. Who else is in there? Like Miami Christian, like a bunch of other schools in that region that can now make some noise for their schools.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's stay in Region 4, but let's move up a weight class to 126. Ethan Tran, Matter, he won it. He beat Leonardo Trejos of Florida Christian, pinned him in 27 seconds, so made quick work. And then William Bassot of Clewiston. He's been around a while, 3 years. Always see his name all over. He's been in and out of the rankings, but he took third. He beat Caden Caggiano of Gibbons. He majored him 17-9. Caggiano's young. He's a sophomore. So your top 4 at 126, 1A Region 4, Ethan Tran, Matter, Leonardo Trejos, Florida Christian, William Bassot of Clewiston, and Caden Caggiano of Cardinal Gibbons.
I'm gonna say this right now. I think I've seen Ethan Tron wrestle before. I've seen him wrestle in past years too. I believe Ethan Tron can make the state finals. If he's on his game and he does what he needs to do, I generally do think that Ethan Tron can make the state finals.
I think anybody can make the state finals. He's ranked number 4, so I think if you're in top 10, you have a shot to make the finals. Depends, what you're going to bring to the state tournament. Are you going to make mistakes? Where's your head at? So I think anyone in the top 10 has a shot. But then, of course, we have our favorites. Right now I've got Jack Oliver ranked number 1, Brock Dolan number 2, Alex Giletti from Merritt Island number 3, Ethan Tran number 4, Sterling Hollingsworth number 5 from Florida High. So, those are your top 5, but let's take a look. So
let's go Region 3. Now we have Jack and Brock, who are both Region 3 guys.
Jack Oliver, my number 1 guy ranked in the state, beat my number 2 guy ranked in the state, Brock Dolan, 5-4. 5-4. Close match. Third place was the other Zerka. There's 3 of them, huh? Triplet.
I guess so.
Wow. They're a third of the team at Aubrey Rogers, man. Those Zerka kids transfer. They got no more team. I'm just joking. So Damian Zerka, Aubrey Rogers placed 3rd at 126, and he beat Jordan Anderson of Hudson, another guy. Every single one of those guys is in our state rankings. So thank you for helping me with them.
And Jordan Anderson is also very tough. I believe he's a state qualifier, if I'm not mistaken.
From last year?
From last year.
I think he is too.
I know Hudson. Really, from Hudson is who I know Jordan Anderson as. And that's no knock on Hudson as all. I'm sure they're training, going in as a program, trying to get older guys better. But I know Jordan has a shot to make the podium now.
Yeah.
And he's very slick too.
Yep. Well, he did get majored by Zerka from Aubrey Rogers, but that was on that day. Who knows what will happen on another day. But I'm intrigued with the Jack Oliver, Brock Dolan rematch. I think that's going to be your state finals. It's
a possibility. It can happen too.
I mean, yeah, you got your Matter Lakes kid, but I don't know, man. I feel pretty strongly that Oliver and Dolan, and I'm going to say Dolan's going to win the state title.
It could happen. I mean, another kid that we need to look at, I think, is Alex Giglietti from Region 2.
Giletti. Let me go to Region 2.
I know he won it. And I know he's a senior this year. I know he's given it his all, and he's with a tough Merritt Island program. He's someone that can take out these kids too. Like I said, I don't know if he's wrestled any of them before, but I'm very confident in thinking that he can take out some of these top state title contenders and possibly make the state finals. I believe the top 4 have a very open shot of making the state finals.
Well, Giletti from Merritt Island at 126, he did win it, but barely. He won it 5-4 over Yukon.
Oh, Zion Wimberly. Yep.
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 Quan Zion Wimberly of Zephyr Hills Christian. It was a 5-4 match. Cole Webb from Cocoa snuck in at third place. He beat Cannon Summer of Mount Dora.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had all of them ranked at some point. Maybe they still are. Let me take a look.
I believe they all are.
Cole Webb. No, you know what? I do have, so Wimberly, yes. Anderson, yes. Summer, no. I had Summer in there. Summer was in there a few weeks out of the year, but he dropped out, and I did replace him with Rylan Million from Swanee Live Oak as an honorable mention, and he did not let me down. My boy took third place at the region for Swanee. Million's going to the state tournament for the first time in his life. Pretty exciting stuff.
Congrats.
Yeah, man. Congrats, Rylan. You're a champ. I told your mother via message, relax, don't worry. Your boy's going to do it. He's going to do it. Don't worry. I believe in him. And you did it, man. And the way he did it is so impressive. Here's how he did it. He goes out. I think he won his first match, and then he lost in the quarters. He got pinned, wrestled all the way back, and met that kid who pinned him for third and fourth, and he beat him 11-8.
Crazy.
Came back and beat the kid 11-8 that pinned him on the first day. That's beautiful, man.
That is. Congrats to him.
Rylan, man, congrats. Soak it all in. But I will say this, and not just to you, but to everybody. Don't be happy just to be there, right?
You want to be there to win. You want to be there to place. You want to be there to dominate.
The 4 at 126, Giletti, Wimberly, Webb, and Summer. Giletti and Wimberly will be on the podium. Not positive about Cole Webb and Summer. I hope they are tough competitors. But, all right, so now Region 1, right?
Region 1. Sterling Hollingsworth versus William Harvey, I believe.
All right,
It was a
Region
good
1.
match.
All right, 126. Region 1. William Harvey, McCullough, over Dylan Lunsford, 4-3 in the final. So very close match. And my boy Rylan Million, Swanee, over Leonardo Torres from Stanton College Prep. And he pinned him in 1:39. So Million beat the kid before. Wow. So the kid that pinned him is not even going to state. Million knocked him out in the blood round, probably.
So where did Sterling Hollingsworth end up?
He's not in here.
Not in here. Wow, that's crazy.
Not in there. He did not place. At 126 in Region 1, it's William Harvey Wakulla, Dylan Lunsford, Bishop Kenny, Rylan Million, Swanee, Leonardo Trejos.
That surprises me, and that also goes to show you that rankings don't mean anything. I mean, I was at 2A Region 4 this weekend, and I saw, sadly, a lot of top-ranked kids and close friends not make the state tournament just off of anything, getting caught, wrestling some tough guys and not coming out on top. It's a tough sport.
6, I say on the podium will be, in no particular order, Oliver Dolan, Giletti, Ethan Tran. No more Sterling Hollingsworth. He was our number 5 ranked guy in the state, didn't even wrestle. So William Harvey, Zion Wimberly, Jordan Anderson, and I'm going to say, I'm going Ryan Million. Ryan Million. Okay. It's either going to be him or Cole Webb. But Million could get in that top 8, man. I believed in him all friggin' year. I'm not going to stop now.
I was about to say Cole Webb. I'm going to choose Cole Webb for that final spot.
Okay, we'll see. Maybe they'll wrestle. Who knows? That'll be interesting. All right, 132, right? So let's say 1A, Region 1, 132. No surprise. Jasper Kroom, Tech Falled Micah Aikida of Episcopal of Jacksonville in the finals. 21-5.
Where did Jake Parker from Weehawken? Okay.
Jake Parker, Weehawken over Jonathan Walker of Baker County, 7-6.
Wow.
Yep. So those are your 4 for Region 1. Let's go to Region 2. All right, 132, Region 2. Landon Caroga, over Nevin Hayes, Zephyr Christian, 16-0.
Tech fault. Okay. Where did Adrian Day end up?
3rd.
Who did he lose to?
His first match, he beats Copeland from Crystal River, 17. Second match, he beats Nevin Hayes, 12. He wrestled Hayes twice. Twice? Did he? No. He lost to Hayes 12-1. So Hayes beat Day 12-1 in the quarters. Then Day goes back into the wrestlebacks. He beats Overstreet, pinfall, 28 seconds. Then he wrestles Helm from Hernando, 18-3, tacks him. Then he wrestles Bennett from Citrus, beats him 6-0. Then he wrestles Jones from Space Coast and beats him 17-0. So he's pretty much crushing everybody except for Hayes, beat him 8-2. That was his only loss, Nevin Hayes.
Well, I mean, then Hayes made the state tournament, correct?
Yeah, Hayes lost in the finals to Kuroga.
Kuroga's a tough kid. We've been saying that for a while. Made the state finals as a freshman. He's tough.
Well, let's see. In his first match, he won 21-2. His second match, pin. Semis, 16-0, and 16-0 in the finals.
So dominated. Leonard Kuroga's someone that can definitely, pull off an upset.
Completely dominated.
I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. Lincoln Sledgianowski is going to dominate to a state title.
Well, let's go to the next region. What is it, Region 3?
Yep. Lincoln Sledgianowski.
Region 3, 132. Yeah, well, Lincoln won it for sure. Yeah, Lincoln over Victor Swain from CCC, Clearwater Central Catholic, pinned him in 1:12. And then third place was Gabriel De Jesus of Tarpon Springs over Gavin Ramon from Sarasota Military. I don't know those two kids, and they're both going to state, so good for them. And then Region 4?
Yep, Region 4.
All right, Region.
Chris Green, I believe, won that region. I don't believe I know. Chris Green won that region. Yep, from Matter Lakes.
Pulling it up right now. 132. Yeah. Christopher Green over Abram Canet of Key West, 16-1. Tacked him. Third place, Oscar Aguilera, Miami Sunset, over Misiel Cazada. From Slam Academy. So Aguilera took third over Quezada. He pinned him in 1:49. So those are your four at 132.
Okay.
Looks like Chris Green had really nobody to push him there. So let's see. I think there are 8 guys on the podium in no order. Well, Lincoln Sledzinowski, he'll win it. But then after him, I think Green will be on the podium from Matter Lakes. Jake Parker.
I agree.
Weewa Hitchka, Jasper Kroom. I think it's going to be a Sledzinowski Kroom finals. Oh no, Kuroga too. Good Lord, what do I do here?
I think Chris Green's going to make the state finals.
It really depends on the bracket. It really does.
It always does, yeah. I think Chris Green will make the state finals.
So I'm gonna go Day, Kuroga, Kroom, Parker, Green, Sledzinowski, and Nevin Hayes. Yeah. That's what I think. Maybe. Yeah, that's what I think. You good with those?
I think Nevin Hayes is going to be... Well, actually, no, he didn't do bad. I agree. Nevin Hayes will surprise some people.
All right. We're going to find out soon enough, right?
Yeah.
All right, so 138, Region 1.
I think this is one of the hardest weight classes in 1A so far, if we look at the top 10, top 8.
All right, so in Region 1, Jay Brown, Liberty County, over David Drake from Bay, 5-0.
For first place?
For first place. And third place was Kale Kabatsky from Fernandina Beach over Braden Reed of Florida High. And Florida High sneaking some kids in there that I did not.
So Kale lost. Who'd he lose to?
I'm going to pull that bracket up right now. 38. Jay Brown beat him 9-5 in the semis.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, but Jay's tough, man. It's not hard to picture. I just wasn't expecting it. But yeah, easily could have happened. Jay Brown's a tough kid, man. Listen, when you got two kids tough like that, one's going to win, one's going to lose, obviously.
And it's a tough region, too. Kale has always been at the top, but I know at one point David Drake was a little bit higher, I believe, I want to say. So I understand that. Jay Brown, Colt Sanders from Oakwood. Yeah, it's a tough region.
All right, let's go Region 2. Let's see what happened there.
Region 2 is also tough. You got Timmy Boda, your boy. But
Love
also
that kid.
Yanni Marinis from Zephyr Hills.
Yeah, he beat Boda in the finals.
What's the score?
I think it was 4-1. Pulling it up right now.
Close.
I was right, 4-1. Yanni Marinis, congrats. Zephyr Hills Christian over my number one all year, Timmy Boda, 4-1. I still think Boda is going to be there in the finals, but he lost to Marinis 4-1. And then third and fourth, it was Keelan Sieni, Cocoa Beach, over Jacob Reber from Keel. Reber's tough as shit,
tough
too.
kid.
Yeah, that was a 3-2 match.
Yeah, another tough kid. Like I said, this weight class is stacked. We'll talk about it in the end, who we think our top eight is, but I think that's going to be the hardest part to make the state finals.
Region 3, 138. Jonathan Motor
Hmm.
over Daniel Ellis of Robinson, 7-3. Not a
Okay,
horrible.
close,
Yep.
close than I thought.
And then third place, Carter Wright, Bradenton Christian over Jason Chiavello. Wow, we beat Chiavello. Pinned him in 56 seconds.
So that means Jordan Bloomberg from St. John Newman didn't make it.
No, I'll tell you why. 138, bracket 38. Who's the name?
Jordan Bloomberg.
Jordan Blomberg. He won his first match. He beat Justin Hatch from Lemon Bay 3-0. But then he lost to Ellis, Daniel Ellis of Robinson, 16-5.
And then his constellation match, who did he lose to?
Then his first consi match, he beat Elyash 6-5, barely.
Close. Wow.
And then he beat Bissler of Oasis, pinned him. And then he wrestled Carter Wright from BCH. Carter Wright, and Carter Wright stuck him in 16 seconds of period number 2.
Wow. It's
Yep. So he lost, and then it was Wright and Chiavello, and then Wright pinned Chiavello in 56 seconds. So Jordan Blomberg got beaten in the blood round. That's got to sting.
no, yeah, it does. I mean, we talked about it before. It's the most heartbreaking sport in the world, especially blood round, knowing you're a match away from the state tournament.
Yep.
So
All right.
it can happen.
Region 4, right?
Yep. Anthony Odell, I believe, won that region. I'm very
138.
familiar with Region 4.
138. Anthony Odell, Matter Lakes over Mateo Yaramillo, Cardinal Gibbons, 17-2. For third and fourth, it was Ryan Winters of the Kings
Yep.
Academy over Dominic McGarry of St. Andrews, pin 158.
Yep.
So
Sounds right.
top 4 guys at 138 from 1A are Odell, Yaramillo, Winters, and McGarry. They're all going. Now,
Yeah, they are.
let's see. Our top 8 at the state for 1A, 138 in no particular order. We're going to go Boda, Motor, Kabatsky, Marinus, Keelan Sieni, Anthony Odell,
Mm.
Daniel Ellis, and Jay Brown.
Jay Brown. Okay, I think I'm going to go David Drake.
I left Drake out. I'm going Brown.
Okay, that's where we're going to be different. I think David Drake will fill out that podium.
Okay.
But now you have to pick a state finalist. I mean, out of those top 6.
Ooh, I'll say Boda and Marinus in the state finals. Motor?
I'm gonna go on a roll here, and I'm gonna say I think Jonathan Motor will be facing Anthony Odell in the state finals, and I'll tell you why. Anthony Odell has a win over Kale Kubatske this season, and I believe it's a fall too. So I think Anthony Odell, I believe he lost in the first or second round at states last year and wrestled all the way back to third place.
Well, it's hard for me to say who's going to be in the finals. I know who I want to say is going to be in the finals, but I'll just give you my top 4 in no order, but these will be somewhere in the top 4. Boda, Motor, Kabatsky, Marinus.
Okay.
Those are my top 4.
I'm gonna go top 4 in no order. Motor, Odell, Boda, Marinus.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it for 138. We'll see how we did. 144, let's stay in region 4. We'll go backwards. We'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1. So at 144, wow. You know, Andrew Isaac, Cardinal Gibbons.
I want to say something about Andrew Isaac. When I first watched him wrestle,
I want to say I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Yeah, when I first watched him wrestle, while going into the district dual tournament and region dual tournament, I wasn't familiar with Olaf Gibbons' team, and I know people are talking about this Andrew Isaac kid. And I saw him wrestle Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee, all props to you. You're a great kid. I know your dad. Your dad's awesome too. But Andrew Isaac is tough. Consistently throughout the year, he's been taking out top ranked kids in the state, and we've been talking about him off camera and just one-on-one. And we've always been saying how this kid should be in the rankings, this kid should be up there. And I think Andrew Isaac, out of all people, has a chance to shock the world at the state tournament.
Apparently so, man, because did he wrestle Bruce Lee at the region? Did they have a chance to wrestle?
They did not, because Bruce Lee lost in the semis. I believe
Ishikubo.
Yeah, he lost to Ryo Ushikubo.
Yeah, Ryo Ushikubo. Sorry, Ushikubo.
Yeah.
Ushikubo of the King's Academy.
And
he lost him, and Isaac teched him 19-4.
Yeah, so Isaac deserves to be up there with some of the best here.
I'm going to tell you right now, listen, I can admit when I'm wrong, and not that I was wrong, but I didn't give him as much credit as he deserved. Andrew Isaac, your coaching staff, your family, Ricky Cheese apologizes. You are the man. I am a believer, and I really hope you climb real high onto that podium next weekend.
And yeah, no, Andrew Isaac will be on the podium. I can almost believe it.
What happened in the match with Ushikubo and Bruce Lee? Did you see the match?
I didn't see the match,
Okay.
but I do know that Bruce Lee, when he made it to states for third and fourth, he medical forfeited
I
for
see
third
that.
and fourth.
What happened?
And I don't know. I wasn't there, but I know we've been talking about this all season. Bruce Lee and his injuries, like
Yeah,
he's been battling them all season,
I know.
all summer. We got to see how the state tournament falls out. Hopefully he can dominate and wrestle good. I don't wish injury upon anyone,
Of
especially,
course not.
but it's aggressive. It's going to happen sometimes,
Yeah.
and he's been battling a lot. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I wish him the best and good health. All right, 1A Region 3 at 144, Jamin Sonoris, Lemon Bay over Giovanni Perez Dunedin, 11-2, major decision. Third, Riley Gonzalez Hudson over Landon Lewis, St. John Newman, 9-8. So that was a
Mhm.
very close match. So your top four at Region 3 in 1A at 144 is Sonoris, Lemon Bay, Perez Dunedin, Gonzalez of Hudson, and Landon Lewis of St. John Newman. All right, so now we're going to go 1A Region 2. Here
I
we
believe that's
go.
where our top two guys are.
144 Region 2. Yeah, you are right. Talon Maple over Ricky Bowermaster. Talon Maple of Zephyr Hills Christian is at a different level than
Mhm.
most. 18-2 over a very solid Ricky Bowermaster from Wikiwachi. I mean,
Yep.
Bowermaster went in 32-3. And he's no
Yeah,
slacker.
we do know that Talon has had competition this year with Michael Kersey.
Yes.
Wrestled multiple times. Michael Kersey has his number, but sadly, Michael Kersey got injured this year.
Well, he's
Was
sick.
sick, battling gastritis,
Horrible.
so he couldn't continue. Which means that if we look at statistically by numbers, by common opponents, who has the next best shot, Talon Maple may claim the state title this
Yeah,
year.
he will.
He will. I believe he
I'm
will
going with
too.
Maple.
I'm going with Maple as well.
Third place was Wyatt Krauser. No surprise there, out of Cocoa Beach over Nolan West from Merritt Island. Beat him 14-0. So your top four out of Region 2 in 1A at 144, Talon Maple, Zephyr, Ricky Bowermaster, Wikiwachi, Wyatt Krauser, Cocoa Beach, Nolan West, Merritt Island. All right, Region 1, Jack Molnix, North Bay Haven. Oh, wow. Over Keaton Ellis. I thought Ellis was going to win that, but Molnix pulled it off 12-7.
Okay.
Nate Jacobs, Wakulla, third place over Jareb Larimore. I pinned him from Baker County. Jareb's been in my rankings all year long, never dropped out. But he got stuck in 3 minutes, 34 seconds in the third place match to Nate Jacobs. So you're four at 144. Molnix, North Bay, Keaton Ellis, Florida High, Nate Jacobs, Wakulla, and Jareb Larimore, Baker County. Those are your four. So let's go back to the state rankings. I think your 8 guys that you're going to see on the podium for 1A at 144 would be Talon Maple, Bowermaster, Molnix, Keaton Ellis, Jareb Larimore, Nate Jacobs, Ushikubo of Kings, and Wyatt Krauser. I'm sorry, Andrew Isaac.
Yeah, I was about to say Andrew Isaac. I think Andrew Isaac, the way he's been wrestling, I think Andrew Isaac can go top four,
And
top
as
five.
badly as I wanted to say Bruce Lee in the top 8, I can't right now because with the injuries, you don't know what's going to happen. Do I think he can be top 8? 1,000,000%.
100%.
1,000,000%. Will it happen? That will be up to Bruce.
It
So
will obviously up to Bruce. His personal stuff that he may be dealing with obviously could play a factor into all of this. I do wish the best for him, but anything can happen. I think a sleeper that could maybe make the top 8 is Preston Lindsay from Coral Springs
Yep.
Charter. He's a tough kid, and I do know he made the state tournament last year. I think he was a match away from placing as well.
Yeah.
So it's a tough weight class, and the top 8 is open. But I believe the state champ, even state finals, is a favorite. I think Talon Maple and Ricky Bowermaster will be in the state finals together.
You think Bowermaster is going to make the state finals?
if they're on the opposite side of the bracket, yes, I do.
Okay. I think he definitely has what it takes, man. Here's the thing about Bowermaster that I've noticed. He's a real pretty wrestler. And what I mean by that is his moves he hits those moves that everyone goes, ooh, like
Yeah.
he's got slick duck unders, opposite, like switch directions. He's got nice high crotches. He's got beautiful tilts. He's a really well-rounded wrestler, Ricky Bowermaster is, from Wikiwachi. So, yeah, it's not a stretch to think he could make the state finals.
No, not at all.
All right, 1A, Region 1, 150.
I
Terrence
think
Hinson
I
won it.
who won it?
Terrence Hinson from Florida High over Alex Solorio of Rutherford. And Aaron Robinson of Wakulla took third over Arthur Vanderpool of Sewanee.
Okay.
So your top
Wow.
four, Hinson, Solorio. Dude, I never in a million years would have picked those two to be in the finals. I would have
I
said
thought it would be
Robinson and
I
Vanderpool.
would have said Robinson too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of swapped. But those are your
Robin
four.
Aaron Robinson is actually, I think, one of, if not my first follower, actually, ever.
Really?
So I've been keeping up with him a little bit and
Okay.
seeing how he's doing this season. And no, I thought he was one of the top guys in the beginning of the season, even in the preseason. I believe he was around that top 8, top 10. But yeah, no, I think Aaron Robinson's a tough wrestler. He could surprise some people.
We're gonna find out. Here's another one that we slept on, and shame on us. And he's been in the rankings. In Region 2 at 150, Noah Leota, Grace's brother.
Yep,
Can't call him Grace's brother no more. He's a region champ. That's Noah Leota, damn it.
that's
No
no
more
Leo.
Grace's brother. He's not in her shadow no more. So good job,
Mm.
Noah. Congratulations. He beat Cade Beek 10-5 in the finals from
And he's a
McGill.
freshman too.
He is a freshman.
And Cade Beek is tough.
Very tough. A senior with 50 wins.
Yeah, Cade
And
Beek
then,
is tough.
and then third place was Aiden Hutchins of Zephyr Christian. He beat Titus DeYoung of Merritt Island. He pinned him in 2 minutes and 19 seconds.
That's tough. I've been watching Titus wrestle for a little bit now, and I think he was even around when I was wrestling my senior year. Him and his brother Titus and Judge DeYoung.
So now we're going to go to Region 3, 150.
This one is something I'm really excited for. Once we talk about this finals matchup that you see.
So it was Asher Bacon, an 8th grader, over Gavin Nolan, a senior, 4-2.
Now, for those of you that don't know, Gavin Nolan is a 3-time state champion, looking for his 4th state title this year. He's a senior. Asher Bacon is a 7th grade state champ, going into 8th grade, looking for his 2nd state title. I think this is going to be one of the most hyped up possible state finals we can see. 3-timer versus state champ, but we all know that Asher Bacon's tough. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, trains in PA. He was on PA's new national team.
Yep.
Gavin Nolan is a Florida boy, right?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
And it's 4-2 match, and the 1-time state champ beat the 3-timer. I hope you can see this in the state finals. Will Gavin Nolan make history and be in the small group of 4-timers, or will Asher Bacon just continue on track to be, what is that, 6-timer, 7th, 8th, 9th? Yeah, 6-timer.
He could be the very first 6-timer, unless there's someone at a lighter weight class that could potentially do it right now. But he's definitely one of them that can be a 6-timer.
Giovanni Solis.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, Asher can be one of them. Pretty good spot to be in. But yeah, good kudos to Asher Bacon, because Gavin Nolan ain't no joke. He's a 3-time state champ for a reason. And to beat a senior 3-time state champ 4-2 in the region finals as an 8th grader. Now, is he a true 8th grader? I don't know. Could be a 27-year-old 8th grader. I don't know. Maybe he was driving to 4th grade. I don't think he is, though. I think he might be 15, 14. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the age is. He just beat a 3-time state champ. So definitely a good wrestler no matter what age he is. Third place, Julian Bell from Anclote over Rich Merlin's Cellafarm of St. John Newman. Beat him 9-3. So those are your 4 at 150 in Region 3. And now let's do Region 4 for 150.
Another good matchup.
Mason Odell over Brian Piccolo.
Brian Piccolo. Yeah.
5-2.
So Brian Piccolo has actually beaten Mason Odell 3 or 4 times this year, and Mason Odell hasn't won until the region finals. Mason Odell finally got Brian's number, and he's won. And Mason Odell was an 8th grade state champ as well.
Wow.
So, he's going into his freshman year. I believe he's a reclass. If I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but still, state champ is state champ,
That's right.
and uh, he's beaten Brian, who's a senior, who has one of the best front headlocks in the state, in my opinion.
He took third
Uh,
last year. Right?
he took third last year with a torn ACL.
Yeah.
So,
He beat his
you
best
know,
friend from Somerset, Balone.
yeah, Louis Ballone.
Yeah.
So yeah, very very excited to see this match at the state tournament. But I think if there's any matchup that we know is going to be in the state finals, I think it's going to be Gavin Nolan versus Asher Bacon.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty confident with that. And then at 150 in Region 4, third place was David Beltran from Coral Shores, another Coral Shores kid.
Coral
They're
Shores kid,
taking
yeah,
3 kids to state. That is huge for them. Congratulations. That's a little small school in the Keys, Almirada, coached by Dante Juvenetta, Fargo champ, and 2-time Division I All-American Zach Sherman from University of North Carolina. When you got coaches like that, you're set up pretty good, right?
exactly.
So good job, Beltran. He beat James Searcy of Key West. So 2 guys from the Keys at 150 going to state. He beat him
Hmm.
6-0 for third and fourth. He beat Searcy. So those are your 4 at 150. So let's go. Who's going to be on the podium at 150? Well, we're both agreeing that it's going to be Gavin Nolan, Asher Bacon for sure. I think
Hmm.
we'll both agree with Piccolo and Mason Odell. I think
Hmm.
we both agree with Aiden Hutchins, Cade Beek, Noah Leota.
I think that's what it's going to end up as.
No Titus DeYoung, no Julian Bell. I'm
I
going to
think
go with the
Titus.
ones I went with.
I'm gonna go. I agree with your list completely. I think Titus can sneak in there, but no, I think especially Noah Leota. He's proved himself now. I gotta go. I gotta go with that top 8 you just picked.
Yeah, I think so. We'll
Mhm.
see. We'll see. So 157, right? 1A Region 4. Your boy, Kenny Alvarado out of Matter Lakes.
The Lizard King.
He beat, why do they call him the Lizard King?
I have no idea, but I've heard him. They even during his matches, they start chanting Lizard King when
Okay,
he's
well
winning or when he's
we're
losing.
gonna have to interview him and find out what's up with the Lizard King. But Kenny
Mhm.
Alvarado, Matter Lakes, he beat Trenton Hogan. Trent's tough from Lincoln
Trust
Park,
stuff.
but he majored him 13-5. And then Pinecrest, Andrew Chen from Pinecrest over Isaac Fayer of Cardinal
Hmm.
Gibbons. Sudden victory 6-3. So it
Hmm.
must have been 3-3, and then he got a takedown for 3, and he won it 6-3.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are your 4 at 157 for Region 4. Let's go Region 3. Andres DiGrigoli, First
Hmm.
Baptist over Joe Conrad, Evangelical Christian, 21-5, Tech Fall. One push too hard there. Third place, Tiago Viana of Admiral Farragut over Matt Lopez of Lemon Bay, pinned him in 1:30. So your top 4 at 157 and 1A Region 3, DiGrigoli, Conrad, Viana, Lopez. DiGrigoli's just
I
a different
think
level,
I think Diego Goli is gonna win a state title this year.
possibly. So,
He has a tough group, but I think he can do it.
well, let's take a look at who's in Region 2 at 157. 157, Region 2. Javier Lopez, Zephyr Christian. He beat Judge DeYoung, pinned him in 1:49. Third place match, Diego Masonette, Wikiwachi, beat Kivion Williams of Palm Bay, pinned him in 1:28. So
Hmm.
157, Javier Lopez, Zephyr Christian, Judge DeYoung, Merritt Island, Diego Masonette, Wiki, and Kivion Williams, Palm Bay. Those are your 4 at 157. Region 2. Region 1. Marshall White, Swanee, 50-0,
Undefeated.
over Camden Garcia from the Providence School. And he pinned him in 2:40. Third place was Hassan Holadala, Fernandina Beach, over Sebastian Overland, Baker County. Listen, the only one that I know out of those 4 is Marshall White.
I know Marshall White's been dominating this season. Undefeated. I think that state final is going to be Marshall versus Andreas. But I got to go Andreas. I really do think Andreas is going to win. I mean, his state finals match was against Gavin Nolan, which wasn't too long ago. And, Andreas is a junior. He's looking to claim it all this year. I think Andreas can do it.
I think he can do it, but I think Marshall White is on a mission. I've got him ranked number 1. He's 50-0. Di Grigoli is 34-4 now. So those are my top 2, White and Di Grigoli. I say White. I really do respect and like Di Grigoli a lot, but if I'm going with what my gut tells me, I'm going to go White. You're going Di Grigoli.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Now watch Kenny Alvarado get in there and screw it all up and make the finals. But
It's a possibility.
Very
It
good
really
one.
is.
Very good one. So I think the 8 on the podium, Marshall White, Swanee, DeGregoli, First Baptist, Alvarado, Matter Lakes, Judge DeYoung, Merritt Island, Javi Lopez, Zephyr Christian, Trent Hogan, Lincoln Park. Do I go Masonette, Wiki? I don't know. I'm going Tiago Viana, Admiral
Okay.
Farragut,
Okay.
and
I'm gonna go
maybe
Masonette.
Diego Masonette. We'll see. All right. But though they're all state ranked, I think they're all going to be on the podium.
I think so too.
So we'll see what happens. For 165, Kyle Gallo, Calais Nazario, Frankie Florio, Michael McNair, Angel Prado, Trey Driggett, Bear Siegel, Colton Fickett. Those are my top 8.
I agree with you. I've known Bear for a little bit, wrestled on a couple national teams with him. Bear's improved tremendously, and I think Bear has. Well, I don't believe it. I know Bear will make the podium this year. Who do you have winning your state title in this weight class?
I think Gallo from Zephyr.
Okay, I'm going to choose Calais Nazario. I
Even
think
over Florio?
so. Calais Nazario is actually, I believe, 4-0, 5-0 over Florio this
Okay,
year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's been close to majors. They've all been decisions. Their closest match was actually at regions. It was a 4-2 match, I believe. But Calais still won. I think Calais will win a state title this year. And I'm going to go on a limb and say this. I think Calais will dominate to a state title this year. I think Calais will win the state title in dominant fashion. I know he has a loss against Kyle Gallo, but if you watch the match, Calais was winning 10-0 over Kyle before he hurt his knee.
Okay.
Maybe momentum came back, Kyle got it, but I think Calais is healthy, and I think Calais will win the state title this year.
Well, let me talk about Region 1, 165, because Bear Siegel won the damn thing. Bear
Mhm.
Siegel won the region from North Bay Haven, and that kid doesn't get any credit. I think he was ranked like
That means he beat Michael McNair, right?
Yeah, he did. Not only did he beat him, he pinned him in 1 minute and 52 seconds in the region finals.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Bear's going to be on the podium this year.
He also beat Torian Johns from Swanee in the same tournament.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be there for sure. I think Bear can actually upset a couple people, maybe.
I've been high on him all year. I've had him highly ranked top. I think he was as high as top 5 at one point. But yeah, man, it doesn't surprise me that he won it. Does not surprise me. So good job, Bear Siegel.
No, it doesn't surprise me either. He works hard and he's passionate too.
Yep.
He's very passionate.
Yep. So yeah, Gallo, Nazario, Florio, McNair, Driggett, Prado, Siegel, Bickett, Torian Johns. I mean, Dylan Gonzalez. These are all tough kids, man. But yeah. So let's move on to 75. 1A, 75. All right. So, okay. I'm huge on this kid. Nobody knows him. Jonathan Clohessy. Clohessy or Clohessy?
Yeah, Chloe.
53-0, I think. I'd have to go back to his region. So
From the Villages.
yeah, the Villages. Nobody's beating this kid. He's going to win the whole thing.
I believe so too.
He's going to win the whole thing.
I've seen him before, and I honestly didn't know who he was, but like I knew who Xavier Barnhart was, but Jonathan Clancy's gonna win the whole thing in my
What
opinion.
region is he in?
He's in Region 2, I believe.
1A Region 2. Let me look. I want to see this bracket real quick. I'm pulling it up right now, guys. And that's 175, right? Okay. So 175. Let's take a look. Where is he at? Okay. So his first match, he has Anthony Gasandi from Astronaut. Pins him in 1 minute and 14. Then he's got Dalvin Dallas Palatka. Pins him in 14 seconds. Then he's got Cortland Campbell from Merritt Island. Tough kid.
Mhm.
Oh, no, he didn't have Cortland Campbell. Then he had Cortland Campbell in the semis. Pinned him in 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And then in the finals, he has Garrett. Shaw Garrett from Hernando. Majored him 12-4.
Yeah, no, he's my favorite to win the whole thing as well.
And nobody knows him because he's from New York. He's from upstate New York, and he's a state placer from New York. So I've had him ranked number 1 the entire year. He's going to win it.
No, he's going to win it.
He's going to win it. And then I've got Xavier Barnhart, Alfredo Corrales, Bennett Schweitzer, Gibson Moore, Shaw Garrett, Cortland Campbell, Jordan Hagler. How did he finish?
Jordan Hagler is from Florida High, so that's Region 1.
All right, let me look that up real quick. I'm curious about that. Region 1 to go. Yeah, he was a finalist. So he lost to Gibson Moore. Gibson Moore of South Walton beat Jordan Hagler 15-1. He majored him, almost teched him. And then Clay Starling from Swanee took third over Tommy Rollins from Baker County 7-6. Very close match. So yeah, I think I definitely think Hagler will be there for sure. All
Yeah,
right,
no, I agree. All right,
190.
190.
Dude, what happened? Mocco did not win.
Yeah, sudden victory, finals, Damien Soto versus Peter Mocco. 13-10, Damien Soto won. He beat the state champ from last year.
Did you watch the match?
I did not watch the match. I did get video sent to me though.
What happened? Was Mocco just off? Is it something that easily correctable, or do you think he's got his number?
Mocco pinned him in the districts last week. So to go sudden victory 13-10 at region finals, the adjustments had to be made. And I know Matt Lakes is capable of that. I was told by a couple people that I know from Gibbons that, he seemed off. He didn't seem like the Peter Mocco that we all know. And this is Mocco's first loss of his career. Didn't lose in eighth grade at all. But
Wow.
I think outside of those two, someone we really need to give attention to is Jeremiah Chavez from
Of
Hernando.
course.
Um,
State finalist.
Jeremiah Chavez is also a freshman, faced Peter Mocco last year in the state finals, and he lost. But
He got
Jeremiah Chavez,
pinned.
he got pinned. But Jeremiah Chavez has been dominating every single person he's wrestled
Yes,
this
he
season.
has.
And he's someone that can be in the state finals, depending on how the bracket goes. But with this Peter Mocco, Jeremiah Chavez, Damien Soto situation, they could meet each other in the semifinals.
Yep.
Maybe even the quarters if some things turn out wrong. I believe if I had to pick someone, Jeremiah Chavez is my guarantee to make the state final.
Yeah, mine too.
If he ends up alone.
Mine
Who
too.
he goes against, I have no idea.
I don't care who he goes against because he's going to be in the state finals and Chavis is going to win it. And I wouldn't have said that last week. I feel pretty good that Mocco's going to get his head on straight. Whatever was going on, he'll get it fixed, especially with Coach Steve being his dad. They'll get that squared away. I think it's going to be another Chavis Mocco finals, but I'm going to go with Chavis in a close match.
I'm going to go Jeremiah Chavis, Mocco. I'm going to go Mocco. I think Mocco's going to claim his second, but I agree with you. It's not going to be a pin this time. I believe it's going to be a closer match.
I think it's going to be a very close match. I don't know, man.
Is so strong. Chavis is so strong. He has an extremely dangerous underhook, but I don't know. It could go either way. Damien Soto could shock everyone and win a state title too. It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, those are going to be your top three, I think, depending on how the
100%.
brackets are. And I think in there with them will be, I don't even know if they qualified, but Christopher Brunson, Palm Bay, Derek Washington Jr., Evangelical Christian, Chris McGarity, Episcopal, Clay Nelson, Rocky Bayou, Dominic Smith, Merritt Island, or Aaron McCarty. I know he placed. He's tough as shit too. Caleb Mathis, Lakewood Ranch. So listen, the top four I think are going to be Mocco, Chavis, Soto, and
Brunson.
Probably Brunson.
I believe so.
So that'll be interesting. 215, Michael Mocco, nobody's beating him.
Yeah, 215, Michael Mocco is winning the state title.
I think he either pins, techs his way through it.
I know he will pin and tech his way through the state tournament.
I think he'll go unscored upon unless he cuts somebody.
Yeah. There's really nothing to say. He's one of the top kids in the nation, soon to be one of the top pound for pound, in my opinion. Battle for second place.
Yep.
If he had to pick anyone, I think Keon Bliss from Hernando will be in the state finals with him.
Well, in the region 1 for 215, Phoenix Yurka of Yulee, he won it over Brett Bearden of the Bowles School. And then Calvin Ross of Weewahitchka took third over Blake Barat from Wakulla. So those are your four guys going to state from region 1. Region 2 at 215, the four guys are, come on, man.
Keon Bliss.
Yes. 215, Nathan Pond, Coco, first place over Austin Cole of Crystal River, 8-4. Keon Bliss, Hernando over Yandel Goico from Mulberry. He pinned him in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So Nathan Pond, Coco, Austin Cole of Crystal River, Keon Bliss of Hernando, and Yandel Goico of Mulberry are the four to go out of region 2.
Yeah, no. All great wrestlers, not Michael Mocco. They're not Michael Mocco. Michael Mocco is going to win a state title this year again. 3-time, and then he'll go for his 4th next year, wherever weight class he decides to go.
Yep. And 285. Let me pull that out. 1A, 285. Leonard Christian, Palm Bay. Nathan Chen, Pinecrest. Keith Forbes, Wolfson. Caden Ricks, Yulee. Madden Frenberg, Coco. William Richardson, Denellen. Joel Smith, Lake Weir. Jaden Shannon, Bayshore. Those are my top 8 in the state. Let's see what happened. Region 1, 285 was Caden Ricks of Yulee over Holden Corbin of Swanee, 14-7. Taylor Davenport of Baldwin over Keith Forbes. It was a forfeit, so Forbes forfeited out. Maybe he was hurt. I don't know.
Could be.
All right, so let's go the other region.
Who's your state champ in this weight class?
Christian, Leonard Christian.
Leonard Christian.
Yep.
I think it'll be a Christian and Chen finals, and I actually do believe that Nathan Chen will win the states this year. And the reason I say that is because
I've seen him. He's tough.
He's tough, and the only loss he has this year is against Michael Mocco, and he was at 215.
All right.
Then he decided to go 285.
I'm now looking at Leonard Christian over Madden Frenberg in sudden victory. I'm gonna go with your choice too.
Yeah, I think Nathan Chen
Yeah.
will win a state title this year.
I'm going to go Chen as well. I've watched him wrestle a million times. He's a big, tall, strong, muscular kid, put together well, very athletic. So Leonard Christian over Madden Frenberg. Joel Smith of Lake Weir took third over Nathan Greenfield of Merritt Island. And Joel Smith pinned Greenfield in 44 seconds for third place. So those are your four guys out of Region 2. So, yeah, I think Leonard Christian, Chen. Who's going to be in the finals with Chen, do you think?
Leonard Christian. Who do you think is going to be in the state finals at 285?
State finals at 285. I'm going Madden Frenberg and Nathan Chen.
I'm going to go Leonard Christian and Nathan Chen.
All right.
Nathan Chen will win a state title.
Nathan Chen will win a state title over Madden Frenberg.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. But anyway, that is your state preview. I think it's going to be a very, very exciting weekend with the girls and the boys together as usual. I'm very excited. You're going up Thursday?
Yes, I'm going up Thursday, I believe.
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't be there Thursday, so I'm going to miss the first championship round and I'll miss the first wrestleback round, but I'll be there first thing Friday morning. So I'll see all Friday, all Saturday. I'm really, it's like Christmas for me, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm really excited as well, guys. I'll be on the state floor, so if you see me, please don't hesitate to say hi. I promise you, Eve, I might look like I have a rested mad face because I'm doing my job, but I love to have conversation. Come up to me, say whatever you want. Just come up to me. Don't be afraid to say hi.
Yeah, guys, he's very approachable. Super, super cool guy. He'll talk wrestling all you want. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited. We'll see you at the state tournament. Get there safely. Guys, make sure you make weight, get some good sleep, stay healthy, and we'll see you at the state tournament.
Girls too. Girls, make sure you stay healthy.
Guys and girls, stay healthy. That's right.
Stay healthy, cut weight, have fun, and for some of you, this is it. So wrestle every match like your last. Anything can happen, so don't take it for granted. Soak in the moment. And for those of you that have more time, enjoy it while you can. Have fun. Go there to win. Have a positive mindset. Don't just go there to go there.
Exactly.
Go there with the mindset that you want to win. Like I said, most importantly, have fun, be safe.
You got it. All right, man. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you soon.